I got asked on my last video was, why do I train hamstrings? Why do I only train legs once a week versus everything else twice? Now, the answer to that is simple. I do train legs twice, but you may notice I only do hamstrings once and quads once. And it's purely because they're just not the priority. Well, I do hamstrings twice because I do some more on that other quad day. But my quads just aren't my priority at the moment because they grow well. So yes, we always want them to grow. Yes, we always want them to improve. But mine improve easy. So it's not worth giving more systemic fatigue to my legs when I could be dialing that back, recovering better. Obviously, big muscle group takes more to recover. I could be dialing that back and almost like banking recovery capacity for other muscle groups. So it allows me to train my back twice, my chest twice, my arms twice, and my hamstrings twice, because I'm not doing too hard quad days as well. You know, we have a lot of fatigue build up from quads. We do really heavy weights comparatively to other muscle groups. Like you're doing, you know, you might do a few 100 kilos on a leg press, or like close to 200 kilos squats or whatever. And you're not doing close to 200 kilo on fucking chest presses or rows or anything like that. So it's a lot more just systemic loading and something called axial fatigue as well, which is like when weight is literally on top of you like it is in a squat. It adds a whole nother level of fatigue there. So I much prefer to dial back that volume so I can allocate more to my upper body, which needs to be brought up because my legs were leg dominant last year, and they will also continue to grow and they will hold muscle easier. My quads are still growing faster than everything else, even though I've pulled the volume right back. So that's basically why I do that, and that'll pretty much stay like that. If they continue to grow the way they have, then I see no reason to add more volume to them at all when I need to give the extra volume to my upper body to make sure it's still growing as fast as it needs to. All right, here we are. So last day in Melbourne, and we're going to do some legs. So I've eaten, I've had a pre-workout meal, and we're going to head to one gym. If you haven't seen it before, it's a really good gym down here in Melbourne. And we're going to do a leg session while we're here. Nothing too crazy, as Nathan's obviously 1 day post-show. We don't need any fucking injuries right before we start an off-season. So yeah, it's always a bit hard training when you're traveling. It's hard to get in the zone, get as focused when you're at a different gym, new environment. The routine gets skewed, obviously, but best thing to do is just stay on track as best that you can. Not fucking sit there and overthink and stress yourself out about minor things. You just come in, get the food in, get the training done, and still give it a good fucking crack and train as hard as you can while you're there. You know, that's why people don't travel when they're on prep, because they just don't want to deal with the stress of making sure the routine is perfect. But off season at the moment, yes, we want every day to be as perfect as possible. But the worst thing you can do if a day isn't perfect is stress out about it. So what we're going to do is head there in, it's only about half an hour away, and we're going to head there in a few minutes, very shortly, and we'll go through the session. Right, here we are in one gym, Melbourne. It's a nice place. There's some good quality equipment. My only critique here is it's a bit quiet. Maybe it's just because it's a Sunday morning, but so I don't always expect there to be a lot of people, but the music's quiet. The music's okay, but it's like, it's quiet. Like you can't hear anything. There's nothing going on. I can hear the fans. The ground is very surgical looking. So the place looks a bit too clean, if that makes sense. The place we trained at last night into performance was fucking incredible. Some really good equipment, but like also older pieces as well. And I think older pieces just change the vibe of the gym, where they make it seem more hardcore, because they're not as like in pristine condition. Where I have to admit, like every gym piece here is in fucking immaculate condition, but that also makes it look more surgical, where it's like, oh fucking, don't go too hard because you don't want to ruin the machine. Now obviously that's not actually what we think, but like it feels like that a little bit, and it gives that vibe a little bit. But yeah, there's like no one really in here. And people that were in here, like no one's really training hard, so didn't really have the type of environment we were hoping for. But it'll still be enough for us to get it done. You know, we don't need other people to fucking still train hard. But it's always a nice little bonus when the atmosphere you're in is really cool as well. Like I said, fucking some really, really high quality equipment. So that'll be good to use anyway. But it's nothing I haven't used before. Again, being legs, we're only going to use some like arsenal pieces and stuff today. But why the fucking lights just turn off? All right, there we are. Anyway, yeah, it's nothing we haven't used before. Okay, well, look, I'm just gonna start. All right. Yeah. Oh. No. Rating all the fucking pieces I used today. This one is probably the worst. Like, obviously I haven't used the rest yet, but I know what they're going to feel like, and this one's definitely going to be the worst. Life Fitness adductor. Life Fitness, you know, it's fucking, it makes some okay pieces. This one is not it though. Like, just the way that it is, and maybe it's just because me and Nate are taller, but it just feels really fucking awkward. Loads you in the hips wrong. Like, I feel like I can't push properly on this because I feel like I'm not getting much adductor. I'm like getting weird, not pains, but like weird feelings through the hip. So it's just not a very nice machine. All right, so this is probably going to be one of the better pieces of the day, the prime seated leg curl. So as you can see, we didn't go too hard with the adductors. I will be doing adductors on my hamstring days usually, so I don't need to do a lot today. I just didn't this week. So I just did a little bit today. You shouldn't need to do too many adductors if you're squatting well, but once I get all these adjustments correct, this will feel good as well. Ugh. Always put it high, get the biggest fucking stretch you can. Now, a bit closer, I think. That's better. Cool. And because Prime is obviously known for their plate-loaded stuff, being able to move the resistance profile by loading the different horns, they have that option on this as well on the side here, where you can load the movement in different parts, which is really cool for a pin-loaded machine. So right now, it should be even. And I'm just going to give it a feel. So that's meant to be even the whole way. If I move that to the top there, that now makes it hard on the contraction, which is not what we want, because you want it to get easier, not necessarily a lot easier as you're going through, but the contraction is something that we want to be able to get. You don't want to be able to easily do the lengthen position and then struggle to get a full contraction. You want to struggle in the stretch position, in the lengthen position, and then be able to easily come all the way through. So we know hamstrings get the most benefit out of eccentric loading more than any other muscle. So then when you're lowering it with slow eccentrics and you're getting to a more lengthened position and the weight's getting progressively heavier, now you're really getting the most stimulus you can out of it. And then you'll be able to contract it back through easier and actually still get a full rep out. Rather than as it gets heavier, as the set goes on and you get more fatigue, not being able to do the reps to completion anymore is shit, but still not struggling in the stretch. It's just the opposite of what we want to maximize hypertrophy. So here, bam, that was way too easy. Where this is very heavy now in the stretch. And then if I pull down too hard, it gets way too light near the contraction. So I think even halfway in between is going to be the best setup there. That's much better, yeah. Well, now it's really hard still in the stretch, but the contraction doesn't become nothing. So that's where we're going to leave it. Oh. Feel all right? Right, I'm trying the mic up on the beanie now to see if that sounds any better. Because sometimes on the shirt, if I'm doing something that way or I look a different way, the sound cuts out and you can't hear it. All right, let's get this moving. Feeling pretty nice and warm now. Oh. 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 It. Oh. Oh.
Good. Again.
Oh. Oh. Fuck. Yeah. You make one. Yep. Yep. Good, yep. All the way up. Yes. Yeah, go through, go through. And again. And again. Yep. Go, go, go. There you go, let's go. Come on. Yep. Yes. Yes. Good stuff. Oh. Yep. All right. Onto leg extensions. Sun quads. Again, I don't know why they have such good equipment everywhere else, and then something like a leg extension, they choose a fucking hammer strength piece. And they have prime curls. Yes, they have a prime plate loaded leg extension, but fucking plate loaded leg extensions are shit. All right. Arsenal leg press. Just gonna feel it out. See how heavy this is, and then probably just go a little bit more than this. You don't need a lot. You don't need to do heavy leg presses if you're doing them right. I promise you that. I think we're just gonna do this and then a pendulum and a little bit of carbs. I'm probably only gonna do, thinking 2 sets on the pendulum, maybe 1, but we'll see. See how much I need for my quads. Like I just gauge it off how I feel and how they're going over the session. Obviously, we're still training intense. We're still doing perfect execution. If they're fucked up, I'm good. I don't need to do anymore. But if they're still feeling fine, they're like, yeah, I can do more. I'm not systemically very fatigued. Then I'll keep going and do another one. But just gauge it as I go along. That was good. That was like, I can make that difficult, but there's a certain level of like, it was probably still a bit too light, where even making it difficult, I'm gonna get a lot of fucking reps. I'd probably still get 30. I don't want to do that many. Much rather make it as hard as I can, but go a little bit heavier and aim for that sort of 15 mark. I'm chucking another 2 on. So I just want you to yeah.
4 and 3.
What?
It was 4 and 3.
When you did it?
Yeah.
Oh, how many's on there now? 5? Oh, right. Oops.
That's so fucking heavy.
Yeah, so
I don't think I can do
what I want you to do is when you, like, because your eccentric was really good in the bottom half. So you were like, you're coming down here and you were You were coming down and this half was really good. It was like nice and slow, nice and slow, nice and slow, push up. But then it was that bit that was just bouncing back. So we want to get up there, return it, slow, up. Just keep that transition. If you focus on the transition from getting to the top to reversing it as slow, then that will set up the rest of the thing to be slow as well. But when you switch it back, then you go like this. And then you slow it down here, and then it's slow. Like that. Wherefore I want like that. Does that make sense?
Same speed,
Yeah. Same speed the whole way down. Yeah, wherefore you're coming through, and then it was just that top was jerking it back. You were letting it go, and you're still doing a slower centric for the bottom half because you were catching it, but we want that top still just to, again, get more out of it.
Go on.
Oh.
And again.
Fuck. Fuck. Had to go back to the shirt because I had to take the fucking beanie off. It's too hot. One more set on this. That set was hard. I probably am going to be okay with one exercise of pendulums, one set of pendulums, and probably going to be pretty fucked. Oh, yep. All right, so good, man. Good work. Yep. Good, man. Come on. Let's do it. Let's do it. They're still moving fast. Yep. They're still moving. Come on, come on, come on. You got more. And again, we've only got one set. We've only got one set. Good. Take a breath at the top if you need. Take a breath at the top. Come on. Take a breath, go again. One more, one more, one more, one more. Get it up. Get this one up. Drive hard out of the bottom. Drive hard. Yeah, I got it, I got it. Come on. Push up. Should have just kept going, I would have pulled you up. Yeah, that's right. I'm just gonna do this one set of 3, and then we can do just a little bit of calves. I'll probably just do 2 sets of calves, last one, rest, pause. Yeah. Got this.
Good.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Came out of nowhere.
That's what I mean.
Oh, came out of nowhere. Worst part about doing calves like these with a straight leg after quads is you're still in a locked knee position, so the quads are still contracted, and it's like fucking burning the quads while you're trying to do calves.
Basic goal, one physique.
So that was a little bit light for the calves, but any heavier the quads would have been killing. So I'm just gonna one leg it so I can stay with the same weight but not be harder on my quads, but get a little bit more on the calf. Oof.